Hello QuickBooks users, and welcome back to our course on QuickBooks Online. Up to this point, what we've been doing is looking at how to handle different types of transactions that occur in our business. However, it's going to come to a time where we're going to want to run reports to get some information about how our business is doing. So this lesson is focused on the reports that are available in QuickBooks. And QuickBooks offers a pretty robust number of tools that we can use for reporting. So first of all, go to the reports section on the sidebar. What you'll find is that it's already set up with some favorites. However, you can add to those favorites by just clicking a star. And there's a lot of reports that are preset into the system. And then you can customize reports and save them in the custom reports area. So there's plenty of things that are available for you in QuickBooks Online as far as reportings go. Now we're going to look at some key reports. The first one we're going to look at is the profitability of the business. It's called the profit and loss statement. In accounting, they often call it the income statement. QuickBooks would rather call it profit and loss. They think it resonates better with business owners. Now, first thing we got to do is be very careful of the date, because if you have the wrong dates in the report, then you're going to get some funny information. So what you want to do is you can change that date by going up, and you can change the dates. You can change other items that are associated with the report. Notice this accounting method, cash versus accrual. We'll talk more about that later. So the profit and loss statement offers you the revenue that came in for this time frame, as well as the expenses that occurred, so we can get some form of profitability. Now, one neat option that they offer is that you can drill down into any of these numbers to get to the source of the information. For example, let's say you're looking at the cost of gas that you're spending for the automobile, and you want to know more about why it's so high, or maybe it seems low. So if you click on it, and again, you need to make sure you're familiar with the dates that are the ones you're looking for, then you can see all the different transactions that went into it. And if you wanted to check into one of these more closely, you can drill down further. They call that drilling down, because you're going to to more and more detail until you get to the original source. So this is where we input the purchase of gas at the time it occurred. If it looks like there's an error, you can go ahead and make the adjustment and correction here at this point. Another important report is called the balance sheet. The balance sheet is going to provide us with the assets of the business. You can think of the balance sheet as showing you what you have in the business. What does the business have? And so it shows you the bank accounts. The business has some receivables from customers that owe it money. They have a truck. They have some inventory. These are all things the business has. And then the liabilities and equity show how the business got those assets. So the liabilities are the loans the company took out to get the assets. It defaults to a certain date, but that can be changed. You can change the period. Right now it's the year to date, but this can be changed. And make sure when you make the changes, so if you wanted to change this to just for the month of June, then you would have to click Run Report again, so it would make the changes. This report also has the ability to drill down. So if you're interested in who owes you money, why is their account receivable there, by clicking in the total amount, it's going to drill down to further detail. You can see the different transactions that went into the receivable that will add up to the total amount that's on the balance sheet. You can also customize these reports by clicking on the button to the right of the star. Once you customize that report, you can then save it if that's how you want the report to look from then on under Custom Reports. Another very useful report that you can look at is Accounts Receivable Aging Summary. This is going to show you who owes you money and how long it's been. Again, be cognizant of the date. You just scroll up to see what date range they're showing. And then you can see that for example, this customer has owed you money the longest. Maybe that's where you want to focus your efforts. Another report that's often very useful is called the accounts payable age summary. So it's what you owe, so accounts payable aged or aging summary. And if you go into it, you can see the different vendors that you would owe money to and how long it's been. So PG&E would be the vendor for your utilities, and if you wanted to get more details on that, again, you just click on the number and it drills down to that bill, and you can actually go into the original bill where it was input into the system if you feel that you want to get more detail, or you feel that there's an error and you want to make a change. Maybe it should have been 6844. So you could make the change here, and very convenient, very easy way to find what you want and make adjustments or get more information. Another report that's used by the accountants a lot is the trial balance. The trial balance is way down near the bottom for my accountant. However, the way I run the trial balance is I just go to find report by name and I start to type it in, and it'll come up that way. The trial balance is very useful for accountants because it shows all the accounts that have any kind of balance and what that balance is as of that date report is run. Again, you can scroll up to make changes to that date as you need to. And then if something looks odd, pest control services, this is a service that we provide, so this is revenue. And if you wanted to see how that amount got to be that total, by clicking on the number, it drills down. You can see the pest control service and how much we've charged into the different clients. You have more details, and you can even drill further down. As you can see, whenever it turns blue, you can tell that there's more detail you can drill down to. The reports that we've been looking at are mostly focused on the accounting work that we need. Managers will use those reports, but oftentimes managers want something that's more geared to them. That's why we have the management report section. One of the reports that's very useful for managers is this business snapshot. You might want to make it into one of the favorites, because when you go to the business snapshot, it gives you an overview of the different ways that you're making money, the different ways you're spending money. You can see this is a very dynamic report. You can change this on the fly. You can see where my money is coming from, where my revenues are coming from. The largest chunk is landscaping services, and all this stuff can be drilled down to get to those base numbers. Same thing for the expenses, right? So these are the expenses. Where's most of my money going to? Miscellaneous. Well, that's kind of vague. We want more information. We can drill down into it. And then who owes me money? We just looked at the accounts receivable and accounts payable, which was a little bit more useful because it showed you how long they've owed you money. But this is a quick way of looking at it. And again, you can drill down to see more information as needed. And then who do I owe money to? Another quick reference right here on this page. There are many, many other reports that you will find in QuickBooks. A lot of them are based on the ones we just went over. Those are the most basic ones that are used very widely across many businesses. However, I'm sure that every management team is going to go through here and find reports that are very useful for that particular group of managers, that particular group of accountants.